Hello and welcome to the Loyal Sons podcast. It's been a few weeks. We are back. And yeah, with my compadre, Brett, the great Brett of Bartonsville.
I really need to get like a bowler hat and like just have it in the back.
I considered wearing like a bandana around my face today because I got this lovely freaking stress mark on my lip that literally looks like I got punched in the mouth.
I have been staring at that this whole time. Like,
have you really? It does not surprise me.
I am hyper focused on it.
That's why I haven't tried to talk to the ladies at all this weekend. Because they're just gonna be staring at they're not gonna be looking at my charming face. They're just gonna be staring at my mark. But anywho, we are the Loyal Sons of the mighty Midwest, the great state of Iowa, and as we say, the Cyclones, Hawkeyes, and Huskers, and the great Big 12, as I pour myself a nice, chilling, refreshing glass of Lonely Oak Distillery Steeple Ridge whiskey.
I was going to say, did you get some more of that from your last trip up there?
I haven't, dude. I need to. I thought about swinging up there. Man, I guess I'm going heavy on a Sunday.
Hey.
But yeah.
2 fingers, man. 2 fingers.
Dude, I know.
2 fingers.
I'm not going to comment. I'm just going to leave
Sorry, that's a family joke. One Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
it was like 2 fingers, and it just kept getting wider and wider as the Christmas went on.
Remember when your brother was here? So we all poured a glass out on your patio, and I can't remember if you poured it or your brother poured it, but somebody poured me a glass, and like I do whiskey and water. I don't do just straight whiskey, and it was just straight whiskey, and I went to take a drink of it, and I'm like,
well, that's why you put an ice cube in it. That just waters it down enough.
There was an ice cube in it. It scorched my throat the entire way down. I was like, been a couple weeks since we've gone on here. Obviously, like I traveled up to Iowa last weekend to see some family and stuff, and then we just got back, and I was supposed to be out of town. We actually probably weren't even going to record this weekend. I was supposed to be out of town this weekend too. Luckily, I got canceled. So what's been going on, man? I know there was one thing I wanted to talk to you about, and that was you went to see Spamalot.
I did. It was freaking amazing.
Okay.
One, I love Monty Python's in the Search for the Holy Grail.
Right.
2, I'm really trying to do this spontaneous random fun with the boys like this year, where I will sit there and like this month we're going to do something. And then this month was, class them up a bit, go to a musical, and went to the Bass Performance Hall, way too classy for this guy. And saw the musical, and it was freaking hilarious. Like if it's in your town, go.
Did they do Knights of the Round Table?
They did, yes. And then battle with the Black Knight.
Yep, the Dark Knight. Was it Dark? It is the Black Knight, isn't it?
Yeah. And then the whole Trojan rabbit. Yeah, they added some to it. It was really good.
Dude, 2 of my favorite parts. You were telling me about that earlier this week. And like 2 of my favorite parts, for one, the Trojan rabbit scene. And I don't remember I don't know if it's Sir Galahad, not Sir Galahad. Sir Galahad's the weenie one. Whoever the smart one is, or the quote unquote one that's supposed to be like the genius that all he comes up with is like stupid ideas the entire way through the movie. But he's like, how about we try a large wooden badger? And then like when they're singing the Knights of the Round Table, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, it just goes to the dungeon, and there's that guy hanging there by himself, and he's like he's clapping along with the music as he's hanging in the dungeon all by himself.
Such a great movie musical. Like,
oh my God, man.
It was actually a proud father moment for me when I went upstairs one day and Danny had the Monty Python's in the Search for the Holy Grail going. I'm like, oh my goodness, I did something right.
And for people of our generation, I can't speak for everybody because it's like when I go back home, that's one of the more quotable movies between my family, like whenever I go back home. But like, and of course, like my father, we'll sit there and banter about it back and forth nonstop and laugh our asses off. And then my stepmom, like, she'll just sit there and be like, Jesus Christ, fucking morons. Like, and like, so it's like, it goes to show, like, there's people that, like, that was part of, it was part of your education growing up. Dude, like, I think I learned more about the Renaissance through Monty Python movies than I did probably through, like, high school history.
Well, what's funny is like two of my like all-time favorite movies were like class assignments where the teacher was like hungover and is like,
Mhm.
let's just watch a movie today. So like Monty Python's was one of them, but then the other one's like
They
Cool Hand
had you
Luke.
watch Monty. They allowed you to watch They allowed Monty Python and Cool Hand Luke. This is in high school.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus, dude.
Well,
Oh,
and
man.
then out of high school, I worked at a video store,
Hmm.
and you could only play PG movies just because you had kids in there,
Oh, you mean
couldn't do
in the
anything.
store?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay, I get it.
so like I was looking around, and Monty Python's is so old that it's a PG rating.
Dude, it's crazy how like the ratings were like back in like the 70s and 80s,
Yeah.
90s.
So I played it nonstop, and it was
Mhm.
so funny how many people would be like checking out, and then they'd hear a line, and they would just like look up and start watching it, and then like yeah, they're
It's
just
just
getting
it's so bad that like you can't. It's just like it's one of the like. I'm gonna be honest. I've gone through phases in my life with that movie, especially, and like that and The Life of Brian. Like if you've seen that one, and it's like I've gone through phases where I'm like, okay, I can't handle it, and then there'll be this time where I'll be flipping through television for some reason. It'll be on whatever channel. It's like risky, like feeling like you know what, we're gonna be risky enough to put this on television nowadays,
yeah.
and they'll put it on, and you can't stop looking at it. I don't know what
No,
it is.
no, so
We've
good, so
started
good.
having we've started having clips of it come across our TikTok as well, and it starts popping up, and I'm just like, I can't stop watching them.
No, no,
Speaking of that, did you get the clip I sent to you earlier today?
no. It said it was not deliverable.
Oh, maybe it was because it was an advertisement, but
Okay,
just to go to show that our phones listen to us. What were we talking about doing next weekend? Yesterday
I kind of
at
got drunk.
well,
Oh,
okay,
the horse track.
Ren Fair, Ren Fair.
Okay,
Yeah, the Scarsboro Ren Fair popped up.
okay.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll go to it or not, but it's like it was one of those that popped up and I was looking at it and it looked like a hell of a time. Jousting? And oh yeah, there's like the glass blowing, but they do that like right down the street here. But I told you, I'm like, dude, I want to fight.
I'm telling you, like, I think you should go as the Black Knight
Well,
and
yeah,
just walk around like that.
just heckle people.
Yeah, we need to get a third, and then I'll go as one of the Arthur's courts, and we can have someone with coconuts.
Like I said, we need to show up with, as he says in the movie, 2 empty odds of coconuts, and you're banging them together. I went down a total friggin' like Renaissance medieval times rabbit hole after we were talking about all this. Like I started rewatching Game of Thrones today, like binge
Okay.
watching it. Yeah, something I didn't notice by the way. That the owner of the soccer team in Ted Lasso
Mm-hmm.
is on Hannah Waddington. She's on Game of Thrones. She's
Is,
the shame lady. Shame.
is
Like
she?
yeah, she's the one walking Cersei down the road like yelling the shame thing and having them throw stuff at her.
Is
And
that like one of
Cersei
the
gets
most
her
memorable like parts? Like everyone knows, like shame,
yeah.
shame.
The crazy thing is how many people did not know that was Hannah Waddington either. And
Yeah.
it's like I figured it out because the scene, because I'm not binge watching the entire series because there's like 3 or 4 really slow seasons. So I started
Oh
on
my
season
goodness, yeah.
6, I think it was, and it's when Cersei's getting her revenge against the Sparrows,
Oh,
and she has that one. I don't know if you call them nuns or what, but she has her strapped to the table and turns her over to what's his face, the mountain, and she pulls her
yeah.
face mask down, and I'm like, holy shit, that's Hannah Waddington. And I'm
Oh
just like,
wow.
holy crap, I did not. Yeah.
I did
Anywho,
not know that.
yeah. Well, before we get rolling too much further, follow us on our socials. If you've been following us on Spotify and some other, we apologize if there's been any malfunctions in episodes popping up. We tried migrating to another platform and I will take ownership, misread what type of platform this was. Turned out that we got actually kicked off of Spotify and then had to rejoin Spotify. Anyways, you can find us on Spotify again. Now we are the Loyal Sons podcast. So if you just look us up under that, I re-uploaded all of our stuff back on there. And yeah, you should be able to find us all, actually, I think. Let me see.
Nice. We can say we got kicked off of Spotify. Like we're just
Yeah.
kind of badasses.
You know, it's kind of like when you earn your first merit badge in the Boy Scouts, I feel like, or the Cub Scouts or whatever. It's like, I was listening to a podcast. I was telling you about this. It's a very innocent, like family type podcast. They just talked about this. This happened to me when I was in radio too, but like they were very family style podcasts. They just talked about the wrong topic and they got kicked off of YouTube because they were going live when they talked about it, and they yanked not only that show but the entire channel got kicked off of YouTube.
Oh my
for the
goodness.
day. It's kind of like when I read a tattoo commercial for. Actually, no, that wasn't it. The FCC called me in when I was on the air in Fort Dodge, Iowa, because I was reading about the porn awards on air. And apparently that's a no-no. Like,
Really?
whatever those. Yeah. Apparently you're not supposed to go into detail about the scenes that were awarded, which I didn't realize as a 19-year-old kid.
So are they saying it's like pornographic talk that is fit for the airwaves?
Yeah, and it's also like, you got to think about it, you're in central Iowa. Like, dude, I was on a station that was like, I mean, when I was on the air in like Omaha in the Midwest, or like western Iowa, you're covering a hell of a lot more people there. And then when you're up in old Fort Diggity, I mean, you might be 3,000 people listening to you.
Yeah.
One of those people calls in and they can raise a big stink. So anyways, life lessons learned. A little bit of sports talk. So a couple things have happened over the last couple weeks, Brett. Iowa State in basketball landed like one of the biggest recruits they've ever landed. Did you hear about that?
I heard rumors about how great their recruiting class is this year.
Dude, TJ's an animal in the recruit. And somehow something in Wisconsin. I don't know. That's where we got Milan Momcilovic.
Yeah. Like
this Donovan Davis kid, man. He's 6'7". 4-star kid.
What? How tall is he again?
6'7".
How tall?
But 6. Oh, shut up! I fucking hate that. The only recruit they've ever had.
This is how you are looking down.
I know.
I was doing that the whole time, trying to get you to say it again.
I fucking hate this 6'7". Every time there's like kids freaking out, and I'm the grumpy old man. I'm like, shut up, kids! Shut up! Makes no sense whatsoever. None of you know what it means. None of you, literally. It's like, this is why this world is growing towards idiocracy. But Omaha Blue is the only recruit we've ever had that had a higher star rate, or not ever, but the only one in probably since the Otzelberger era that had a higher star rating, which he kind of didn't pan out so well. But yeah, like the number 41 recruit overall in the nation. And then Iowa on top of it in the transfer portal. Fuck, man. They landed this kid from the University of St. Mary's, Andrew McKeever. Did you hear about this guy?
No.
Guess how tall this guy is?
6'7".
I fucking knew you were going to do that. He's 7'3", dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, right? Kind of like, I don't know, like, if it's anything like the Tennessee game, was it Tennessee that we got beat by Tennessee, right? In the NCAA tournament. Yeah, if they've got a dude over 7 foot tall, we're just screwed under the hoop, I guess. I don't know. Maybe this Donovan kid will help us out.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, I mean, big things in the recruiting class. Football is pretty much just sitting here still and waiting. Nobody knows what the hell's going to happen. Big news that the Chiefs did sign. We talked about this a bit. The Chiefs did sign, what's his name out of Nebraska?
Emmett Johnson.
Emmett Johnson. Yes, Emmett Johnson. As I sit with a Chiefs helmet right behind me. Emmett Johnson. So he's going to be part of a loaded backfield, absolutely loaded backfield, which will be interesting to see. I think he's going to get starting time like right away. I think it's just absolutely awesome to see Nebraska get some light shed on there, like some happy, like sunshine shining on their football program, right?
Yeah, like they've been some dark years for them of late.
Yeah, and Rule's catching some shit right now, dude. I've seen some Nebraska fans turning on Matt Rule in the offseason. I don't know, maybe maybe Nebraska didn't exceed expectations last year, but they got a lot of fans that, they're seeing some things that they had, like, face it, like when they had the years of Frost before that, they didn't see anything as good as they're seeing right now.
Or who's the Oregon State coach?
Oh, the one that didn't,
after Solich.
The one that didn't plan on being there. Oregon State, hold on a second. What's funny is
Anderson or something like that.
Nebraska head coaches. The guy, it's funny because he never moved, technically never changed his residence from Oregon the entire time he was there. His wife still lived there. So it was Mike Riley. Yeah. So what's funny is Mike Riley, he did finish 500 as a Nebraska football coach, so 19-19. But that guy, yeah, he never planned on staying there. That was a typical, I'm going to go get the big payday because Nebraska is just going to pay me, and if I shit the bed, so be it. I walk away a couple million richer. So, but yeah, they're giving Matt Rule shit, and it's like the other storyline that is now coming up amongst them is like, okay, now you go back and you look at his career with Baylor. You know, his first year was terrible. Yeah, his second year he did great. Da 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 da. It's like, do you know what he walked into the first year he was at Baylor? Like,
I believe, were they still raping and pillaging the town of Waco?
That was right after all of that took place, and Bryles got run out of town, and it's like, and they're sitting here going like, well, you know, he's had plenty of time. You know, he came into Baylor and he had 1 year, and then he turned it around and they won a Big 12 championship. It's like, it's not the same way it was back then. But
you think their fans would have learned patience, because like this is all because of the Frank Solich curse. Like, he won how many games? And then they're like, oh, he didn't win 3 national titles, so let's get rid of him. And they've just been garbage since.
So Frank Solich, in his 5 years as a Nebraska head coach, 4 or 5, guess what his record was overall?
5 years?
Yeah.
Probably 45 and 10.
You're close. It was 58-19. Won a conference title and took him to a national championship game. And this is a guy that got fired. And granted, we're rehashing old stuff, but it's just one of those where I will say, I'm going to defend some Nebraska fans here. This isn't all of them. This is the extremists, right?
Yeah.
These are the ones that have taken to social media, and they want to either one, they're just trying to get their name out there by being a pissant and trying to dog on him and get people to get all fired up. But there's some of them that are out there. I heard this show, it's based out of Lincoln the other day. There was a clip of their show talking about how, you know, if you guys think that Matt Rule's the guy, you know, he's not, essentially. And I'm sitting here going like, who is the guy? Who is?
Yeah.
You know, Michigan brought back Harbaugh and it worked for him, right? You guys bring back your favorite son. You ran him out of town, and you ran out a coach that took you to the national championship before that. What are you doing? Like, you've got a guy right now that it's going to take him a while. Now you've got guys going to the NFL, bringing light on and you're still sitting here unhappy.
Yeah.
But
that's why we love football.
It is.
You know,
it is.
Fanatics.
It is why we love football. And then here we are over in Ames just going, well, you know, we know some people that have gone off the deep end, but most of us are just sitting here going like, we have no fucking idea if we're going to win 4 or 5 games this year. But you know what? I think it's going to be fun. We're probably going to lose to Iowa. We don't care.
We'd lean into the win or lose. We still booze.
You got to go back to it, right, buddy?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is good. Anywho, and then the other sporting news is that, the college football playoff, it's getting hot, might be expanding to 24 teams, which just means there's going to be more. This is just my opinion. I'm sure you probably share the same. But just correct me if I'm wrong here, but you probably sharing this in the fact that all it's going to do is create more meaningless first round games, maybe even second round.
Yeah, like I don't know if they can recreate like the magic and stuff in like Division II. Like I always think of like Northwest Missouri State,
like FCS and Division II.
And like those, and then their playoff runs, and you know, watching some of those Northwest Missouri State games, and they're amazing.
That's actually really.
I don't know if they can create that in Division I, because they're the haves and have-nots. And
like the tiers, right?
Yeah. And like you said, like, okay, 24 teams. Okay, so now 3/4 of the Big Ten and 3/4 of the SEC is expected to be in, because that's what it's going to be, and they're going to whine and cry until it is.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. And you bring up a really good point. I hadn't thought about that too. And it's funny because that's why I enjoy watching the FCS playoffs so much. And you saw it last year. I'm not going to sit here and try and pretend like I can recall every team, but there was some big upsets in the FCS playoffs last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Final Four was not the stereotypical Final Four, I don't believe. I mean, Illinois State was in there. I know Montana State was in there as well, but there was some upsets. Like, didn't North Dakota State, or one of them or South Dakota State got upset, I know.
I think
the quarterfinals.
So. Yeah, and then like Montana was in there.
Yeah.
So,
and you just don't, you're not going to see that. Dude, I remember being when UNO had a football program. This is when my brother was wrestling in college. I was at his tournament. They had a tournament at UNO. That was actually the same time I met Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in Omaha, like, wrestling for the University of Minnesota at that tournament. And outside the door of their auditorium or whatever was you open the door and you look out and you're like on the mezzanine in the football stadium. And as a kid, I was more of a football nut than a wrestling nut. But at the same time, I was there obviously because my brother's wrestling. And I'm poking my head out the door. And that was when UNO was playing, I think it was Northwest Missouri State.
Okay.
And I think it was for, I don't know, I can't remember if it was the playoffs or what. It was a meaningful game. This is a Division II game. And I remember how like amped up I got. So I stuck my head out right as like UNO scored to win the game.
Oh, wow.
And like, yeah, I became like, just from watching that, here I am, a little kid, like 7th grade or whatever it was. I was probably 8th grade or freshman in high school. Anyways, I became a huge UNO football fan, obviously, when I saw that happen, because I was like, this is freaking amazing. Obviously, became a huge Division II football fan after seeing that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you're just not going to see that. Like, you're not going to see those types of upsets in a playoff in Division One What is it? Is it FBS anymore? I don't even know what we call it.
Is it the football bowl or
FBS,
yes.
right? Football bowl subdivision.
Or yeah.
Even though bowls don't mean shit anymore.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Anywho, I with sports being done, I'm just checking out of sports, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, only one other thing, and they're expanding the NCAA tournament, which is also meaningless. It just means they're going to have more first round of whatever games.
Yeah.
So teams from God knows, actually probably just means more SEC teams are going to get in.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Like, see, 3 and 8 team is better than anyone else. You know,
yep.
And then ESPN,
Absolutely.
since they have contract rights with them, will push that story.
Yeah. Since they can't push Angel Reese right now.
Yeah.
Since she's doing absolutely terrible. By the way, that channel, we were talking about this, that channel that follows all of Angel Reese's bricks. I don't know if you've seen it, but literally these two guys, there's the two guys that they have the bet going on how many game opening shots she can miss. But then there's another channel where this guy's like, Angel Reese, game 1, baby. And then she goes down and shoots and bricks it and he just goes, bang. Yeah. Yeah, the only other thing was, as we discussed, I missed out on a bet again on the Kentucky Derby because I was golden whatever the hell its name was. Second time in a row, I've said, you know what, I'm going to place a bet on a long odds horse and didn't do it. And then the son of a bitch wins the friggin' race.
Yeah, I wish I would have picked the horses because he was a long shot. One of the chalks
30-1
came in second, and then like 15-1 or something like that came in third. Like that payout for the trifecta had to be huge.
Unbelievable. And I went back and watched it, like, because I was back in Iowa, and my dad even said, he's like, you need to watch how this horse. I didn't get to see the race. And when some people, when they're talking about it, you know, especially like my dad, he's a horse lover. We've grown up around rodeo and horses and everything like that, you know, so. He's saying, yeah, he came from the back of the field. Like, he wasn't kidding. Like, that horse was basically out of the damn race. And then I don't know. It's almost like the jockey's like, all right, let's stop fucking around.
Yeah.
And then,
boom. Time to run. Yeah.
Like, passing on the outside. Like, how the hell does that happen, man?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking A.
It was pretty cool.
Horses on the roids, I'll tell you that much. But anyways. Well, what else we got going on, man? You got anything you want to rap about today?
What'd you do this weekend?
Well, this weekend, I haven't done much other than Game of Thrones, a little binging right now. Been kind of relaxing. I was supposed to be at an event, and I can talk about this. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to get mad about it. I was supposed to be at an event with Damar Hamlin and the United Way out in Midland, managing that. For those of you that listen to us that don't know, one of my jobs outside of podcasting, which isn't a job. This is just a fuck around.
I was going to say, are we getting paid? Is this a job?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not considered employment. I work for a sports marketing firm and manage different events here and there, all over, actually. For those of you that are Nebraska fans, I've managed quite a few events with a lot of your Heisman Trophy winners and some of your former greats. But yeah, I had one this weekend. We're supposed to be in Midland with Damar Hamlin, and turns out good news and bad news. Like, the event gets canceled. So I was kind of bummed for the United Way because there was going to be some kids there that were going to get to meet him, and it was going to be awesome. But on the other end, the good news is that it's because Damar was a free agent. He got re-signed by the Bills.
Nice.
So he had to cancel kind of anything on his upcoming events to kind of make sure, like, I mean, he gets re-signed, but the Bills also drafted 2 defensive backs in the draft. Kind of says to you, like, I better have my shit ready, you know?
Yeah, time to go to work.
So I had a free weekend. I met up with you yesterday. You're still in recovery, but it was good to get you out and about. But yeah,
No,
how
it
you?
wasn't.
What was it? How was your? What happened in your world?
So I got my nuts snipped,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an experience. Like when we went to the truck yard and we went up to the bar upstairs, like when I was standing there, I was like, I need a minute. Like flashes of like black and light
Fuck,
were
man.
like, that's all I could see.
Dude, like I'm not
It
gonna
was
lie,
so much pain.
I felt so bad, but it was like trying not to laugh because I looked down the steps and you're literally just like, it looks like you have a board strapped to your back, like hoisting you up because you're walking up the steps and you're like,
Stairs are currently my like arch nemesis.
fuck, man. It's just terrible. Yeah, I felt awful. I
No,
didn't
you
want to be.
didn't.
Yes, I did. I didn't.
You
I completely kept forgetting. Like this dude just had his balls snipped the entire day. I don't know why.
It's not a good thing when your emergency contact says, "Hey, yeah, if anything happens, I'm going to tell them to take both balls and put boobs on you."
Well, it's true. I did say that because we're family. Obviously, going. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, you're my emergency contact. Just make sure they don't take my left nut. You kidding? They're gonna both go, brother. Like you're gonna come out with tits, dude. If my phone had rang and they would have been like, "Yeah, are you Brett's emergency contact? We had some complications. All right, when are we taking the nuts? No, no, sir. We didn't need to do that.
So I actually had another friend that I was going to fuck with you.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to like mask their number and say that they were calling about, complications and like they're going to have to take my left nut. And that's why I specifically was like, hey, don't let them take my left nut. I was like laying the groundwork. And like they had the speech, everything like researched like what to say. And then I was like, man, I can't do that. Like that's just what Nolan needs on a Friday after working all week is like get that call and have to make a decision on keeping my left nut.
I think you would have been shocked, and they would have too. Like, yeah, so we're gonna have to take like his nuts, and I would have been like, okay, all right, let it happen. Wait, hold on, are you serious?
Make sure you put them in a jar for
I
them.
could have just pictured that. They get off the phone with me, and all of a sudden I see you start calling. You're really gonna let him take my nuts?
Fuck you.
Oh man. What was I was going to talk? I was looking up some interesting headlines over the week.
Okay.
Man, no, and this was just because I was friggin' bored, but like the news never fails us in Florida,
No.
Like every time, all you have to do is look at like what was going on in Florida. And I mentioned this yesterday. There were 34 sloths rescued from a place called Sloth, which I did not. How do you create a place called Sloth World? Like
it's actually kind of genius because like you don't have to put up any fences because like you could let them free roam and it's not like they're going to run away.
I mean, you could have like just statues of sloths or stuffed sloths, and nobody would know the difference because they move so damn slow.
How do you think you go about acquiring a sloth?
I don't know, but it says a doomed Florida attraction called Sloth World has finally been shuttered. Unfortunately, the world part was much smaller and more chaotic. But yeah, 34 sloths were rescued. So I don't know how you get one, but let alone 34 of them. It's not like they can run away.
No, but like,
Yeah.
are they going to go to like Joe Exotic's zoo? Or
I don't know.
like, what,
dude,
who like is there like a sloth rescue?
Every time I drive, there might be. I know there was a tiger rescue.
Yeah.
Which every time I drive up 35, I look over at that place to see if like, because I've stopped and just to see like how if that place, it surprised me that what was it like 2 years after Tiger King came out, I was driving up 35 because as you know the story, like I went to that zoo when it was still up and running and fucking Joe Exotic was like looking at the person I was with like they were a T-bone steak, which is way before I knew that he was interested in the same sex.
That doesn't match up with the.
It doesn't match up with the narrative.
documentary.
Yeah, he walked in on me talking shit about him because like I was watching his music video, which it's just a self-promotional trap. You walk into that gift shop or the place that you get tickets to get in, and it's literally no bigger than my office. But there's a TV in every corner with one of his homemade music videos on it, and I was sitting there going like, man, this guy is a real freaking D-bag. And like, I didn't realize it. And he had the door open and he's standing right there. And I look at him and he's like, y'all coming to them? Like, are you all coming to the show at the top of the hours? what he said. And I go, no way in hell, man. And then he starts staring at my ex up and down. And I'm like, you fucking creep. And yeah, we're walking out the door. And I remember like the door hadn't shut all the way. And he kind of gave us a stare down because I was like, that guy's a fucking creep. And like the door was still open. And I turn around and he's looking out the window at us. And then, yeah, Tiger King comes out. And I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, man, it was like a year after that show. They were still trying to keep it open as like something else.
Yeah, because I think someone else bought it, didn't they?
I think so. It was still open because I pulled up and there was still people, like they were still charging people admission to get in. And then the last time I stopped by there, because it's not like you got to go significantly out of the way. You can literally pull off the exit and it's like right there. It was completely overrun with like fucking trees and shit. Like they hadn't been keeping it up. Yeah, they finally were like, you know what, let it die. You know?
Yeah.
The pride of Oklahoma. Now he's down here somewhere in Fort Worth in a prison.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's still down here, isn't he? Didn't he get thrown in solitary or something?
I don't know. He tried getting Trump to pardon him, which I think he thought, well, Trump pardoned Kodak Black, so why wouldn't he go pardon me?
You know, shoot your shot.
Yeah, right?
Shoot your shot.
I think he gets out in like 4 or 5 years. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. But anywho. So, yeah, a couple things come up. We might do the Ren Fair, dude. I might go down and catch Bobby Lee next weekend, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, downtown Dallas.
Yeah. I might go camping this weekend.
Oh, yeah? Where are you going to go camping at?
I might just run up to Ray Roberts. I'm trying this car camping idea.
Car camping?
Yeah. So, got like an air mattress for the back of my Explorer. And then got things to like cover up the windows. So instead of having to like put up a tent or anything like that, just sleep in the back of my car.
Yeah.
And then
interesting.
Like I'd like to visit all the state parks here in Texas. So easy, just drive there and park, sleep, go do stuff.
If you hit up Guadalupe or Big Bend, let me know. I'll join you.
Okay. Like
Colorado Bend is okay. It's kind of boring, but it's okay.
Okay. Like there's a new one. I forget what it's called. It's just southwest of us. It's like the first state park opened by Texas in years. Like it's a brand new state park. But it's kind of out by like southwest of DFW.
Okay. All right. I'm down for it. The risky part about it, you know, my fear of snakes. Like the risky part about Texas state parks is like, it's not like growing up in the Midwest where, dude, you go to a state park and it's like, you have a guest that wants to join the show.
Logan.
Yep. The risky part about certain state parks down here is just that, and I learned this in Big Bend, was like the scorpions and the rattlesnakes and shit running around. And I'm like, it's one of those where you kind of joke about it and then like you actually see them and you're like, fuck. But it's not like up in Iowa. You can just walk out into any field, any hill, whatever, jump in any river, lake, whatever. You don't have to worry about something freaking killing you.
Yeah. But I invested in the snake guards or whatever, the soccer shin guards you get. I hate snakes.
Dude, I've seen too many of them down here. Fucking cottonmouths and shit. So in our upcoming shows, we actually might be changing our title. We might be changing everything. But at the same time, we're going to try and keep it engaging. We're going to try and keep it fun. We're going to be going away from sports as much, but we're going to still be having fun, still be talking about the Cyclones and Hawks and Huskers and stuff, but being a little bit more casual, being a little bit more just kind of talking about what's going on in the world. So, not right, Brett?
Yeah. And like bringing in bands, kind of just doing cool shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if Down 430 and Robbie want to come back on the show. We're gonna have some other people as well. Brett's found a couple of people out here in the area here that we might have join the show, and might be reaching out to a couple others. And just by Brett's wishes, who knows? We might get Ella Langley on at some point. I don't want to say that too loud. Don't go broadcasting that to anybody. Who knows? Maybe she'll hear it and be like, "Hey, all right." We'll have more to come as we get back on it, all right? But yeah, like I said, be prepared for a little bit of a change in format coming up. But other than that, Brett, do you have anything else you wanted to cover today, man?
I was thinking we should do a documentary about us.
A documentary?
Yeah.
Okay. How so?
I was thinking about it the other night.
Is this going to be like Along Came Polly? Where Philip Seymour Hoffman's character had the behind VH1 or whatever was supposedly doing the behind the scenes with him, and it just turns out he hired a camera crew to follow him around the entire time.
I'm thinking it's gonna be more like Spinal Tap, but yeah, like just kind of like a Spinal Tap-ish documentary. I was thinking like who could play who. Like I was like, obviously Brad Pitt would play me,
obviously,
and then like Carrot Top would play you.
No, I already we did discuss this. I said if PSH was still alive, he would totally. That's who we would have to play me.
But no, I think that would be freaking hilarious.
All right, we
Like,
can
might
maybe
as well
discuss.
might as well get it in the work. Like, once this thing takes off and we're famous, we
Yeah.
won't have time to do that
I mean,
and
Brad
tell
Pitt
our
is
story.
Brad Pitt is from the Midwest
I know.
originally. You know, isn't he? He's from like Missouri somewhere, like up around Columbia or St. Joseph or somewhere like that. Yeah.
I heard a lot of people tell him that he looks like me.
Really?
Yeah, that's the rumor.
You know,
Like,
I
hey,
can
Brad, you look
honestly
like that
say
Brett
I've-
Kincaid guy.
I can honestly say I've never thought that, but it's good to know. I mean,
Yeah,
what an
yeah, hey.
ego boost.
The more you know.
I only hear that I look like people that when I was proud of at one point in my life, and no longer do I want to hear that anymore. It's like I'm associated with a man who likes to wear Crocs and send pictures of his nether regions out to unsolicited parties.
Innovator.
He was a man ahead of his time.
He was.
All right. Well, we can call it good. Thanks all for hopping back on. We'll be trying to get this out weekly moving forward, but thank you all for listening, and have a cold bush light on us. Brett, when they hit our socials, what should they do?
They should share them and smash that like button.
All
Get
right.
the word out.
Sounds good to me. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. We'll talk to you later.
All right, see ya.